And I was
Oh
like,
yeah, they got that
whoa.
whole area set up real nice out there in Sugar Land.
Yeah.
Yeah. What was I gonna say? Hey, how did y'all get into this? Well, the name is it? Y'all were two E7s?
No, she's a 6. I'm an 8.
Yes.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's how we did it. Well, when we first got married and started dating, or we first started dating, I used to say we're E14, so we get paid right for E14, like we're like a 05.
Yeah.
And then I was like, "What can we name our podcast?" And James was like, E14. Yeah, well, I didn't think of that.
That's a clever idea. Yeah.
Yeah. Then
We have no contingency plan if one of us advances, though.
yeah, we
We're like,
advanced. I just stayed with E14. Screw it.
Yeah. Oh, y'all are still active?
Yeah. We're still active.
Dang. Yeah.
Yeah.
How many? Oh shit. Well, y'all are what? You're gonna do 20?
I got 25 in already.
Oh wow, dude.
Yeah.
How old are you?
I'm 45.
Damn, bro. I would have never guessed that.
Yeah. I'm 45, man. I just turned 45 like a couple weeks ago. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
That's
For
crazy.
me, I have 16 in, but I think that I have some reserve time, so that doesn't count as active. So I just went
Mhm.
back active duty. I think I'm still gonna have to serve like 9 years to finish the full retirement.
yeah.
Y'all being active duty, especially you, bro, from the time that you started to now. I mean, God, the change and
Oh,
just
dude, it's night and day, man.
man, I couldn't even imagine being active duty right now.
Dude, how old are you, Raul?
I'm 38. I had to think about it, dude.
Yeah, 38. Yeah. So you did 10 years in the Army, right?
Yeah, I did 10 years.
So when
Yep.
did you join?
I joined in 2015. Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, damn.
You got out-
2005. I got
got
out.
out in
I was
15.
like, wait a minute,
like,
damn.
2015.
You got out in 15. Did the Army
Yeah.
thing. Okay.
Yeah. So I joined in 2005. Excuse me.
Yeah, me too. 2005. Yeah.
Cool. Oh, I forgot to tell you, baby, no pod go today
Okay.
because we only do one a week. I just did scuttlebutts.
Oh, okay.
So I just forgot to tell you. Yeah, man. So we're gonna hit on being in the Army. I'm sure you got some experience with with mental illness.
Yeah, man.
Not
Yeah,
personally, or at least
mental
people
health.
or mental health,
Yeah.
struggle with mental health.
Mhm.
Not either personally or people, because the Army's no joke, man. You guys get run through the ringer pretty hard in the Army from what I've seen. So I just our goal is to just, if we can help one freaking person,
That's what it's about, man.
that would make me like feel as, tall as a, 30 story skyscraper, if I could help one person, or if we could help one person. And then I heard your last episode with the dude, I can't remember his name, damn it. He's all about helping vets. It was one of your last episodes you did.
It was the singer?
Yes.
Shannon Buck, man.
Yeah. I heard that the other day. Yeah,
Have you heard
awesome.
he's got a song called Not Alone. If you get a chance to listen to it.
Okay.
It's hey man, it'll bring some tears to your eyes.
Oh, really? Really?
Oh,
Wow.
good.
And he's got a
him.
good voice. Yeah.
We'll plug him and plug your podcast in it. So
Yeah, definitely.
But we want to kind of focus on this episode to focus on resources. So if you have experience with the mental health and what resources did you use in and out of the military, civilian and military.
And we could do personal experiences or experiences of somebody, we'll keep the names out just to protect the innocent. But yeah, dude, whatever we can do to help.
Okay.
Let's do it. How do y'all record and edit, or how does it work? I'm not really sure.
We do. We record and edit. I count down 3, 2, 1. We do our little intro. We acknowledge you, say thanks for being here. And then I put out the disclaimer just to make sure that we don't get mixed up since we're active duty. And then we just ask you to introduce yourself, and then we go from there.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay, ready?
I'm ready. You ready, Raul?
Yes.
Cool.
All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to E14 Podcast. I'm Jamie Britt.
And I'm Heath Britt.
And together we are E14. And today with us, we have
Raul from the drive. No, I'm sorry. Let's start this again. I had a brain fart. Okay, let's start from the top. Start from the top. I'm sorry.
3.
Charlie Mike, the podcast. I'm sorry.
Is it Charlie Mike, the podcast, or Charlie Mike podcast?
It's Charlie
No,
Mike.
Charlie Mike, the podcast.
Yeah.
The podcast.
Yeah, I was just listening to it too.
Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to E14 Podcast. I'm Jamie Britt.
And I'm Heath Britt.
And together we are E14. And today with us, we have
Raul from Charlie Mike, the podcast. Thanks, Raul, for joining us today, man. Welcome.
Welcome.
I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate y'all having me on today.
Oh, our pleasure,
We're
brother.
happy that you're here. But before we get started, let me put out the disclaimer. The views and opinions expressed in this podcast are those of our own and not the United States Navy or the United States Army or our respective commands.
You know what that means, Jamie?
Go ahead.
If you're listening, you can take it or leave it. That's my
So
catchphrase,
goofy.
Raul. Hey,
I like
it's not
it.
goofy.
I like it.
Hey, Raul, I want you to introduce yourself. Before you start, though, I want to make one thing clear. Raul's from the same area you are, Jamie.
He is.
I don't want no Texas talk about how badass y'all are and how I suck because I'm not from Texas.
Well, you already know, obviously, since you said it, so it's all good.
No shit talking about the guy from Louisiana.
Yeah.
All right. We're a friendly neighbor to the east.
I like
Raul,
it.
thank you.
Man.
Raul, thank you, brother, for coming. Can you please tell us a little bit about yourself?
My name is Raul. I joined the Army. I did about in 2005, excuse me. And I joined the Army, did 10 years. I did some tours in Iraq. And I just lived it. I loved my time in the military. I got to experience and see a lot. The camaraderie, that's one thing that I definitely miss, being out now is camaraderie.
Mm-hmm.
But after getting out, it was different. Things weren't the same. I wasn't the same person that I was going into the military. A lot was different between, with me and I seen, of course, with this month being mental health awareness month, it's been a ride, it definitely has been.
Yeah, I can understand because I did the same as you. I did one active duty tour 6 years and I got out in 2011. And on the other side of the military, there's like you mentioned, not a lot of camaraderie. You almost feel like not alone, but there's not that team with you anymore. There's not that group with you anymore, right?
That's definitely it. It's crazy because when I got out, I was like, when I entered, I said, I never want to go back to Pearland again. I never want to go back to Texas. I was like, that's all I want. I want to get away. And, after my time was coming to an end and I was like, man, you know what? All I want to do is go back to Texas. I want to go back to Pearland. I just want to live a normal life again. But, I missed having my door open on like Saturday. I used to leave it unlocked. And a few of my guys used to come over and they'll be hanging out in my living room when I come out of my room. And it was different. Sorry. It was different. I always had people around me is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely.
And I got accustomed to that. And
Mm-hmm.
and even if they were around, we didn't even have to talk, but just their presence alone I felt comfort in that. And it's just I'm pretty sure y'all understand what I'm talking about. Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
Raul, I know what you're thinking because, dude, I when we started this podcast, if I found another vet podcast, I was like, hey man, what's up? How's it going? Like, I found my people. Is that kind of where you're getting at?
No, definitely.
Yeah.
I started this podcast or my podcast by I was actually involved with another podcast and it kind of went political and that's not the avenue I wanted to go. I didn't
I hear you.
I didn't want no politics. I just wanted to be like you said earlier, if somebody heard what we had to say and it helped them in any way possible, man, that's what it was about.
Yeah.
So I love the name of your podcast,
Yes.
Charlie Mike. Continue. Well, I knew what it meant, but Heath didn't know.
I thought your name was Charlie.
Yeah,
I was like, hey, Charlie, what's up, bro? You want to hook up and do a podcast together?
Yeah, with all his infinite 25 years in the Navy, he has never heard Charlie Mike, right? Continue the mission or carry on, right?
Continue
Right?
mission.
Yeah.
I like it. That's awesome
Yeah.
though. That's
Yeah.
good.
I can't tell you how many emails. If you go back and check my emails, they all start with "Hey Charlie, what's up?" Or something along those lines. I'm like, yeah. My name is Raul, but yeah.
Yeah. No, but I love it because and it's really like indicative of your life, right? Because you got out of the army and then you were like at a loss for what to do, and then here you are
it's
continuing the
it,
mission.
it's different. When I got out, like I said, I wanted to come home, so I came home, but it was weird because I wanted to be around my family, but at the same time, I wanted to be alone. So I
Yeah.
didn't know how to deal with everything that I was going through. As far as like I would say mentally, because I was struggling with PTSD. I
Mm.
was struggling with, I had, my back, my shoulders. I was hurting, mentally, physically, and emotionally. I
Yeah.
was a broken man. I definitely say that. And it took the extreme to well, how they say everybody learns their own way, right? Some
Right.
Mhm.
people,
Definitely.
yeah. And then I always say it like they say, how do you learn? I'm like, hey, the hardest way possible. That's
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel you. Me too.
Bulls Mountain. So what was your extreme that brought you back? What was it?
uh you, um you know what, I'll be completely honest with you. When I got out, I came back and I was living back in my town.
Mm-hmm.
And I drank a lot. I drank a lot to try to fix me, try to
Yeah.
Yeah.
try to make me feel normal again. Try, to I don't know if it necessarily did fix me, but it made me feel better. So I was just like, yeah, whatever. So
Right. But it was, yeah, I feel you. But
It's
it was
numbed you, really.
numbed you, right?
yeah,
Made you a
definitely.
temporary fix, right?
It did, and
Yeah.
I did that for a few years until
Mhm.
I just I realized that there was a lot happening with me, emotionally, um, you know, it, physically, of course, and mentally. I would see all these things, and people would like say, "Oh, PTSD, mental illness," and I didn't understand it. I didn't understand it. I thought for the longest time that I was normal and everybody else had an issue. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
it was just it took some time. I think this was in 2018. I was I was in a real dark place. I contemplated suicide because I wasn't sure. I felt like I was alone, and
Mm-hmm.
I had a lot of I guess mixed emotions I couldn't explain. As far as I know I'm home, I know I'm okay, but with the anxiety, the panic attacks, my mind playing tricks on me. I think that's what I want to say. Also, it took a lot, and I was laying up. I would drink one night, and I was drinking and drinking, and I was home alone. And I knew I had some issues drinking, but I didn't think it was a problem.
Mm-hmm.
So you know, I remember I was laying on the floor in my living room, and I was like, talking to myself. I was like, I don't want to do this no more. I'm tired. I'm tired, like emotionally. I'm tired physically, mentally. And I was like, I think, I was leading to the line where I wanted to commit suicide because I was exhausted.
Yeah.
But I, I started listening. I linked up my phone to my speakers, and I was playing music. And there was a song that came on. You ever heard of there's a singer called Soldier Hard? He sings about his like military experiences. He was in the army, and he was a tanker,
Mm-hmm.
but he sung about him. He actually recorded an album while he was in Iraq, and
Wow.
Oh wow.
it's crazy, isn't it? Yeah, and he sings about everything. And then once he got out, his whole push was about him recovering, with everything that he experienced. So he sung about PTSD, he sung about suicide, he sung about everything that was possible. And actually, he had a song called Charlie Mike.
Oh.
Oh,
And
cool.
in this song, it stuck in my head, and it played and played and played, and I had it on repeat, and I listened to it and listened to it, and and I like to consider myself a manly man,
Mhm.
but I stayed up and I cried, because I was like, there's something wrong. Um, and I was like, I wanna fix this. I want to change. So, I was like, I want to do something different. But it wasn't until, you know, uh Veterans Day 2018, I went to a cook-off, and I came home, and I decided I was hungry. I had Ubered there and Ubered back, and then I was like, I'm hungry. And I was messed up. I was intoxicated. So I was like, all right, well, I'm gonna go get something to eat. So I got in the car. I made it probably 2 blocks from my house, and I got pulled over.
Oh man.
I got pulled over for indecisive lane changing because I couldn't decide where I wanted to go eat. So I went to the left lane, and I was like, I want to go here. So I went to the right lane, and then I was like, I'll go here. So I went back the other way, and I got pulled over. So the police officer comes up, and he's I smell alcohol, and I was like, yeah, well, I've been drinking,
Mhm.
and he we did the whole sobriety thing, and I got taken to jail. And and it was embarrassing, uh because in this little town, when you go to jail, they put you
Everybody
on
knows.
Facebook.
Oh, snap.
No,
Oh,
Yeah, they
like,
do that where I'm
for
from
real,
too.
that
damn.
they put your mugshot on Facebook, man. And then they put why you went to jail.
Uh-huh.
So like when I went to jail, I got like I saw the judge, and the judge was like, "Hey, your bail's this much. Who do you want to call?" And I was like, "I don't want to call anybody," because I was embarrassed. I was
Embarrassed.
like,
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I'll stay right here." And that's how the majority of my family found out that I was in jail, was through
Well,
Facebook. Yeah.
good.
Not because you called
Nah, I didn't call
them.
nobody. I was too embarrassed.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
hear you.
Oh my
Definitely understand
gosh.
that.
My gosh.
So they sent me through I don't know if they have it where y'all are at. We have a veterans court program.
No, I've never heard of
They
that.
might.
Or
I've
well,
never
they
heard of
might, but I haven't heard of it.
Yeah. So if you meet these requirements, as far as like, struggling with PTSD, and I think there's a few other things that you have to meet. And
Mhm.
I met all those requirements to enter the program, and that's where the judge let me go. So the program consists of a lot. Like, you have to do counseling, you have to reach out to the VA, you have to go to AA, you actually have to take you have to call or text this number every day, and at a random, it'd say, or you got to go have a urinalysis, and they test for everything from drugs to alcohol. And
Wow.
it's their way of giving you I want to say, a second chance,
Uh-huh.
without having to go to jail. And I don't it your mistake ruined your life, you know um so I got a second chance, and I'm about to hit 2 years sober in
you.
next
Good for
month.
you.
Next month.
Wow.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
And so around that same time, I started. I wanted to be an advocate. I wanted to be the
Yeah.
example and show people that, regardless of what you go through in life, you can recover and things
Mhm.
can get better. So I actually started Charlie Mike Military Apparel, which is actually
Okay.
my clothing brand. And and then from that, our whole concept was always to give back 22% to represent the 22 veterans who commit suicide a day. As you guys know, the 18 to 22 vets commit suicide a day.
Yep.
Our
Yes.
whole concept was to donate, to bring awareness to veteran suicide, or the prevention of veteran suicide. And we've done that, and that's been, it's been a blessing. Like you
Mhm.
said, if like I have to go back to what you said, because it's one of my favorite things that I always say myself. If you help one person, then everything was worth it. All your struggles, everything that you put into it was worth it. And and
Absolutely.
and then I was like, okay, so I told you I was part of that podcast, and I was like, nah, I want to do something else, and I couldn't think of a name. I could, yeah, I couldn't think of a name, and I was like, okay. And then somebody was like, well, you already got that. Why don't you just do it like this, and just your logo can stay pretty much consistent and you can do branding. And I was like,
Mhm.
you know what? You're right. And then that's how I got into it. And I've been blessed. I really have been blessed with amazing people around me. And um I still go to a lot of meetings. We go through the VA. We do a um like combat veteran Zoom thing where it's like 40 of us and they all just talk and I like being there, showing them that like, you can get in trouble and you can overcome and
Yeah.
you can recover. And that's how I feel. I feel like I don't want to say like I'm the example, but I'm a proof that it's possible. So,
Mhm.
yeah.
Right,
And
definitely.
so Charlie Mike saved your life.
Charlie Mike, the guy Soldier Hard, actually,
Yeah.
I reached out to him and we're friends. He was actually on my first podcast. Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
neat.
Yeah. And I told him, I was like, hey man, this is because of you. And he's a good dude.
Wow.
Good
So
dude.
that's awesome. So Raul, you would say like you were at your lowest, you were on your floor listening to the radio and Charlie Mike came on by Soldier Hard, right?
Right.
That opened your eyes.
Man, it definitely did. It ignited the fire.
Got
that I
it.
needed.
Got it. Lit the pilot light on.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
did. And
Gotcha.
getting arrested is what lit that.
Right. Because right after that, you got arrested, right, for driving under influence. And then after that, you had the like the veteran second chance where you had
Yes.
where they took care of you because of the service you gave to this great country. So
Right.
that's why I love Texas, man.
Yeah.
Texas, take care of their vets, dude. I mean,
Texas,
no doubt. I
this
spent
is
10 years of my career down in South Texas, Corpus Christi. That's where I met Jamie because she was working in Portland, which is right across the water from Corpus.
Mhm.
And I can't go to any HEB without thank you for your service 100 times, which is great. I don't mind it. That's freaking awesome. So you had the Charlie Mike song by Soldier Hard. You went to the veterans like second chance program they gave you. Did you do anything else? Was there any other avenues, resources that you went to help you overcome your issues?
Like you said, with Texas is amazing when it comes to providing for its veterans. And the city I'm in, Pearland, and the county is Brazoria County,
Mhm.
and they have there's so many things. Okay, so on Wednesday we go to, well, before this whole COVID thing, we used to go in person, but now it became like a Zoom call. So we go and there's mentors from different organizations, and they sit down and they talk to us. We talk about everything from from mental health to alcohol to it, and they pushed you. Mr. Mercer, he's a Vietnam veteran, and he's one of my biggest mentors. He's part of the Brazoria County court system. So there's a lot of things that I got from those guys, excuse me. And with the VA, I know a lot of people have so
Yeah.
many issues with the VA, but I honestly feel here in Houston, like this VA that we have downtown is absolutely incredible. They go above and beyond when it comes to anything. And or I have a few psychiatrists that I see. I can't tell you how many appointments I have that are consistent. But actually, it was just, it was a lot of things. I mean, I can tell you the amount of program we have also another program here that it's an organization, Val 22. It's a veteran ran organization, and these guys, they do, the silky hikes.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
So they do those type of events, and it's like a big community gathering. And you know what I think I did that really I helped. I found different veterans that I had, and I made a circle. That way
Yeah.
we could bounce off each other. We have a non-going like a text message thing that it probably was ever to get out, we'd all be in some trouble. But yeah, and it's things like that. We just give each other motivation. Give each other confidence to tell each other that everything's going to be okay and that you can recover and that it's okay to not be okay. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And as veterans and those of us that are active duty still, we get so used to a norm that is not normal. Like, for example, I wake up and I'm in pain every single day, right? My back is hurting. And I went to the chiropractor and she says, um, I just don't understand you military guys. She'll say, how many headaches do you get? Oh, well, the normal amount. Okay, what's the normal amount? Oh, one or two a day. It's like that. That's not normal. What our normal or what our minds wrap around as normal is not normal. And that's why when we get out and we're alone and we're like, don't have our circle around us and everybody else is like, you're not normal.
Yeah.
You have some stuff going on, and we don't really realize it when we are in that in the active duty. But then when you get out is when you realize, like, oh my gosh, I guess, it is not normal to relive all of these things that have happened, or it's not normal to stay up all night long, or it's not normal to drink this copious amounts of alcohol, to numb the pain. And we laugh about it while we're active duty. Oh, haha, I don't sleep but 4 hours a night. Oh, haha, I'm in so much pain, but it's not normal. And what we need to do as active duty and as veterans is to find these circles where we can bounce stuff off, because I think that that's how we can help save lives.
I agree 100%. Um, yeah, and the thing that I push too is because, in when I was active duty, they always told us like, I don't know if it's still this way, but if you went out and got any type of help as far as mentally, it was pretty much like a done deal with your career.
Yeah.
Yes.
So so nobody did it, and they always said, only the weak ask for help, only the weak do this, and that's the way I was brought up. I was brought up old school army, and I believed all that. I was like, yeah, that, okay, the weak ask for help. But after getting out and retiring, I was like, man, it takes a real strong person to realize, man, I got issues. I need
Mhm.
help, and it's okay to ask for help. and
Oh,
and
definitely.
that's one of the things that I preach to the younger guys, like, hey, if there's something wrong, say something. Don't wait until it all, gets to a point where it explodes and it, bottling up. And
Yeah, this is part 3 of our series, To Hell with the Stigma. I didn't say that at the beginning, but this is part 3. And what we have learned through part 1 and part 2 is that you can get help while you're in, and it is not a career ender. And it's the stigma that keeps us bound to that,
Right.
suffering.
Because human beings are not meant to be thrown in a situation where they're seeing their friends die,
Right.
or are waiting for something to happen, waiting for the bomb to go off. We're not built for that. That's not normal activities for a human being. It's like if somebody grew up in the ghetto, hearing fire shots outside their gunshots outside their door. That's not normal.
right,
That any of that can cause somebody to have some mental health issues.
Hmm.
And it's not wrong to ask for help, because you know what? All you're doing is helping yourself. And
Right.
there's programs out there to help you, especially the military folks who are giving their life to their country. They should feel comfortable. Look, I need a hand. I need to take a knee for a minute to get taken care of.
Absolutely. Yeah.
that's it. There's nothing wrong with taking a knee. That's right. Well, in that circumstance, um, we have like have you ever heard of a program called Camp Hope?
I haven't.
I think
No,
they're
I haven't.
nationwide. It's a PTSD of America. So
Oh, wow.
Wow.
it's actually a program where if you need assistance, or I actually think they reach out to home. There's another place. Like I said, Texas got so many things. This place, if you're struggling with PTSD, they house you, and you go through a whole program. You live there, you eat there, you work out. They send you to church. They basically, I want to say, like, it's kind of like a boot camp. They kind of
Hmm.
break you down and rebuild you. But it's an awesome program that if y'all get a chance, look that up. Camp Hope.
Camp Hope.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great resource. I mean, we've talked about so far the VA and Camp Hope, and then the VOW that you have there in Texas. And a lot of times there's resources, especially for those that are in, or maybe those that are saying, well, I would like to reach out for help, but I don't know if I want to go to like the doctor, but there's a lot of things like Military One Source. You can call that
Yeah.
1-800 number, and there's like licensed counselors that will talk to you for free,
Yeah, just for being in the military.
yeah. And
Yeah.
so there's opportunities for you to reach out and not have it documented in your medical record, or even if you are out, there's opportunities for you to not have to go to the doctor, since we are internally battling with that stigma. I think all of us have.
I like the name of your dad. That was awesome. What would you say about the stigma? Say it again.
To hell with the stigma.
Yeah, that's about us. I like that.
Yeah, we have some friends we gave they have a shirt, that's what it says, to hell with the stigma.
Yeah, whiskeyandfreedom.com.
Yeah.
They're another veteran apparel company, and they have that shirt, to hell with the stigma. And it actually stemmed from one of our podcasts, because we were talking about it and we just said that little phrase, and we were like, that would be a good shirt.
I like that. And I was looking at y'all's brand. Y'all doing good things. I see
Oh,
that.
thank
thank
you.
you.
Thank you.
Say Sailor Swag.
Swagger.
Sailor Swagger.
Swagger. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's neat. I like that.
Thank you. I appreciate it. But I love that you came on and spoke about resources,
Yes.
because through your own experience, you've learned how to cope and how to overcome. And Charlie Mike,
Yeah.
and I'm hoping that somebody out there is like, wow, okay, let me Google it, and if you want to say those things again, Val 22, I think.
Yeah, Val 22. Golly, I can't even. Pause for Heroes is another organization here in Houston where they give service members service dogs, no charge. They do it all.
And that's
And
actually nationwide. I've known other places that do the service dog
Yeah, we
thing.
saw it
That-
here in Louisiana
Yeah.
too.
it's amazing. It's amazing. Like I say, and that's one of the things. We're experiencing things that the Vietnam era didn't experience. They didn't have these resources. People didn't go up to them and tell them, hey, thank you for your service.
No, it's the opposite.
Yeah.
And that's one of my things is I go out of my way, like when I see that, the older guys, to say like, hey, thank you for what you've done. Welcome home. And we're blessed because we have so many outsources of assistance. There's so many wonderful organizations out there. Golly, I wish I could name them all, but but like I said, there's so many, and it's a lot of things like this. I feel help me. Talking to other veterans and listening to what they have to say is it's reassuring. It makes me feel good, and it reminds me that I'm not alone, and I'm
Right.
not the only one.
And that's big when you're not alone, when you're not alone. That's big. That's big for your mind. Helps you feel a little better, I guarantee you. That's the worst part about the whole mental awareness, mental illness. If you may suffer from that, is you feel like you're the only one that has it.
Yeah.
And you're not.
Yeah, mental illness, it's serious. And I wish we could say like, we take medication and it's done with, but it's something that you have to see counseling. You have to find what works best for you. Like I was saying, is people learn different ways, and I had to learn, unfortunately, through the Brazoria County, justice system.
Hey, but you learn the hard way.
Hey,
Yeah.
I too am a fool's mountain climber. Everybody will be like, don't do that, and I still will climb that mountain.
Trust me, I'm trying to train her all the time. She don't listen.
You say challenge accepted.
She's a hard nut to crack.
Must be like a South Texas thing.
Yeah, that's what it
We're
is.
hard-headed.
It's in the water.
Yeah, right. Oh, that's great. But man, thank you so much for coming on the show, bro.
Nah, I
Yeah.
appreciate you guys having me on. Hey, y'all need to come on mine now next.
No, yeah, it's
Oh,
done. It's
absolutely.
done. And don't go away, man, because I want to talk to you after this. Raul,
Definitely.
thank you. It's a humble Texan doing big things, man. Thanks for everything you do for us.
I appreciate you guys.
Thanks. With that, we'll wish you fair winds.
And following seas.
Hold on a second. He's just gonna stop the recording.
No worries.